There's a committee to save the Erie County Republican Party. They're a very right-wing group. They believe that the party has to be saved by people interested in protecting gay rights. Oh my God, gay lovers. We must protect the Republican Party from it. Well, one of those people are New York State Senator Mark Grisanti. Now, why is that the case? Because Grisanti was one of the 4 Republicans that peeled off and voted in favor of gay marriage, which made it legal in the state of New York. And they're very, very upset about that. And so they want to target Grisanti. And they've decided to take an interesting tack with ads like this, where they say, how far will a politician go to get in your pants? For his gay marriage vote, Mark Grisanti received over $750,000. Sometimes they're political whores. And then it appears that they have a bit of a controversial picture associated with that. And those pictures actually come from a gay porn company called Corbin Fisher. Here's another part of the ad. Make sure your son says, thank you, Mark Grisanti. I don't know which of those gentlemen is your son, but apparently that is the fear that they are trying to put in you. Okay, so this is outrageous, unacceptable, etc., except I'm not sure that it is. So, now the pictures are one thing, and we'll get back to that in a second, but as far as the facts are concerned, they're not that far off. So what happened with the 4 Republicans are that they used to vote against gay marriage, like all the Republicans in New York, and then all of a sudden, they were told, hey, you know what? We might be able to do a lot of fundraising for you folks if you just wind up voting the right way on this. There are 3 hedge fund managers in New York who are incredibly rich, who are Republicans, but in favor of gay marriage, who said, yeah, I think we might be able to step up to the plate here. Let me tell you who they are. Paul Singer was one of them, Daniel Loeb was another, and Cliff Asness was a third. So these guys came in and said, yeah, here's some money we can give you. Now that was a promise. Did it really pan out? Well, there was a lot of money that went down after the 6 months after that vote. In fact, the governor, who's a Democrat, of course, Cuomo, wound up getting $6 million as he emphasized over and over that he got gay marriage passed in New York. So that was a lot better than his normal toll. Well, how about those Republicans that switched over? Well, State Senator Roy McDonald got $447,000, which is a lot of money for a state senator. In fact, let me give you this fun fact. To give you a sense of perspective, that is 27 times more than he had raised in the same period in 2009. 27 times more. That's what you call buying a politician. Okay, overwhelmingly so. And the rest are similar. Senator Stephen Salen got $425,000 in the latter half of 2011. That is more than the Senate Majority Leader, Dean Skelos. So that gives you a sense of perspective there as well. Even their leader can't come anywhere near that money. Senator James Elassi of East Rochester raised between $350,000 to $400,000. And how about our old friend, Senator Mark Grisanti? Well, in 6 months alone after the vote, he raised $325,000, which is far, far more than he normally raises. Did his total eventually wind up becoming $750,000? That is unclear. I don't know where this right-wing group got their number from. I do know the $325,000 number that came in immediately after his pro-gay marriage vote. So the thrust of the ad, if you will, is that these guys are political prostitutes and they will prostitute themselves for money and they don't care about their principles. That, unfortunately, is entirely correct. These guys who all along had been like, oh, this is family values, and no way, we can't do it, gay marriage, it would dissolve the planet. All of a sudden, you grease them with a little bit of money, and they're like, oh my God. Why, I totally agree. I think gay marriage is the best thing you could possibly do. Oh, come on. So, look, oftentimes, conservatives win because of the money. So, oil companies will buy politicians, and they'll get oil subsidies. Defense contractors will buy politicians, will get senseless wars in the Middle East. But sometimes liberals win because of the money. But it doesn't really matter if you're a conservative or a liberal or a Republican or a Democrat. The one thing that matters is the money, Lebowski. Those hedge fund managers gave over $1 million, and they weren't alone. The money poured in, and it wound up making all the difference. Now, should this group have run these ads with from the gay porn site, pictures in there? Well, it's fear-mongering. Obviously, I wouldn't have gone in that direction. They shouldn't have done that theoretically, but on the other hand, I think there's nothing wrong with being gay or gay marriage or that porn site or those pictures or any of it. So as I look at that first picture, and Jesus, show me that again, I look at it and I go, yeah, so what? I mean, I guess some people get freaked out. They're like, oh my God, can you believe these two Americans would be able to exercise their freedom and liberty and do what they want with their own bodies? Oh, that's an outrage. We should stop them. Okay, well, some of you might think that, and others might think, so what? These guys look like they might be a little bit in the throes of romance, to put it politely. Yeah. Well, have at it, Hoss. God bless America. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So now I know what they're trying to do. And in the end, though, they might have actually softened their message unnecessarily, because their core message without the pictures is really harsh and really true. And that's the state of our current politics in America.